So, movie lovers, I want to recommend this film for you to watch this weekend. It is engaging and it is perfect for a movie night. At least if you are someone looking for some form of drama and suspense, this is for you.
Wow.
This film presents so many relatable life situations that you can personally connect with. And the main character's life feel authentic, so it makes the story resonate on a deeper level. The plots and twists in this film are very strong. If you are not careful, they will take you by surprise. And also the story keeps you glued to the screen, and the way they've edited it gives you that tension. Like throughout the film, there's a whole lot of tension in there.
You're my husband and I love you.
But let me make it clear. The story isn't entirely original. There are films with similar plots out there. In fact, Tyler Perry's movie A Fall from Grace has similarities with this film, which I'm going to talk about later in this video. The title of this film is Devil is a Liar. This is a film directed by Sneeze Mankind and then written by Tunde Babalola. The film features a whole lot of actors and actresses, talented actors and actresses like Nsé Ikpe-Etim, my favorite. And then James Gardner is in there, Nancy Isime, Jimmy Black, Tinamba, Mercy Aigbe, among other great actors and actresses. Overall, I think this film, Devil is a Liar, is a great piece of work. And in this review, I'm going to break down the story plot. I'll highlight some of the cinematography in this film, and then I will explain why I think there are similarities between Tyler Perry's movie, A Fall from Grace, and then this movie, Devil is a Liar. Let's get into it. If you are new to this channel, welcome and please stay. Kindly subscribe for more film reviews and film updates. And also, if you have opinions, please let me know in the comment section. Kindly like the video and also share. Now, Devil is a Liar was originally released somewhere September 2024. It was released to, I think, film festivals. And finally this year, August 15, that's about 7 days ago, it was released on Netflix. If you read the storyline of the film, according to IMDb, in Lagos, successful businesswoman Adora falls for a seemingly perfect Jai. As their romance progresses, his controlling and manipulative behavior emerges, undermining her confidence. So this is more like the basic concept of the film, whereby a woman meets a man, she falls in love, the woman is successful, she falls in love with the man, and then as time goes on, the man starts showing his true colors, and in the end, it wasn't a good fit for the woman, but it was more like a con type of situation, so the woman didn't know at first. That's the basic narration of the film, which is perfect. Now, one of the things that makes me fall in love with this film, this particular project, is the fact that the way they wrote the film kept me watching from start to finish. Now, the plots in the film, from the very first scene to the last scene in the film, was properly written, so it's justified itself. The first plot of the film was to establish that the woman Adora, which is played by Nsé Ikpe-Etim, that woman is much in love with marriage. She wants to get married. So the film starts with her having prayerful thoughts, speaking to her dead mother about the fact that her mother should see her through for her to be able to have her own husband. The first scene of the film is an engagement party or an engagement ceremony. And she's dressed as a bride and having these thoughts of marriage. She wished marriage will look good on her. She wants to get married and all that. And then we get to know that she isn't the bride.
Adora! Adora, come, my dear. Yes, ma'am. I commend you
Today for supporting your sister.
At the gathering during the engagement ceremony, in front of so many people, her stepmother emphasizes and make it known to people that she's still not married. They are now praying for her own husband. And she felt bad about that.
Adora, is your husband not that lawyer? Son of a Supreme Court justice.
That is Beatrice's husband.
Oh!
My dear, we're still praying and hoping that one day, God will provide her own.
Amen! Amen!
Now, all these plots tell the fact that this woman is desperate for marriage, or this woman will receive marriage the moment it comes to her. The next plot we see is when she goes on a date, and during the dinner, she gets to realize that the guy is married.
I see in my future. Definitely, I see myself in yours.
Now, all these things tell us that, okay, first, she's interested, she wishes she's married, and now she's trying, but it's not working. All those are layers and plots from the writer. And then the introduction of Jai, which was played by James Gardner. Even though she had met the guy at the engagement ceremony, this was more like the official or the way, the time they both got to speak to each other.
Now, would you look at that? You still need a jacket?
No, it's perfect.
Meeting Jai that second time, Jai was so gentle, sweet. He was more like the perfect man she's been praying for.
Okay, so the jewelry you can have for free. 2 or 3 months of hard crafting and I'll recover. But the dress and the shoes you have to pay for. I have to get running.
They met in a fashion studio where the lady was going to look for another outfit for another date. And this guy appeared to be very gentle. He's a gentleman of all standard, sweet, helpful, and all that. He even gave her an expensive gift.
My gift to you.
No.
All this while, and you haven't noticed that I don't take no for an answer?
Fast forward to 2 months later, he proposed to the woman in a way that she was unable to refuse. It wasn't an all romantic gesture, but the way he put it was so cunning enough for her to feel like, okay, this is really a God sent for me.
Please, just leave me. We've only been seeing each other for 2 months, so...
So what? You want us to wait for 2 years?
Please stop with the mixed signals. Right now, I'm just focusing on Cheta's wedding. Pico, leave me.
So who's to say you can get married before she does?
Now, because of her age and the way she has been rejected and her experience with men, she wasn't into it at first. She thought it was something normal. But James Gardner, this Jai, still convinced her.
Look, I don't want another day to go by with me wondering what it's gonna feel like being my wife. I fell in love with you the very first moment I set my eyes on your beautiful self.
And I must commend the director here because after the proposal, the way she accepted it was very nice. It was a very good direction. She didn't say a word, but her facial expressions, her looks, and her gestures said a lot. The reason I like this plot so much is the fact that everything happened very fast. Let me explain. Normally, with films like this, maybe it will take some scenes or it will take time before maybe there's marriage, before maybe there are kids, so that, they are telling a story. But this, everything happened so fast. There was a lot to watch, and yet they've gotten married, they've given birth, and like, wow. So I was having so much thoughts, what's going to be next, or what's going to happen next? And I didn't see it coming.
You want to throw a stone in this day and age, Pico?
Trust me, of all the things I want to throw at you, a stone is the least of them.
And then they introduced the first twist.
The sooner I'll be able to support our eventual family.
James Gardner started being manipulative. He wasn't all loving. He started undermining the woman and a whole lot.
I'm not in the mood. We did this last month.
So at this point, I started feeling like, okay, this is going to be one of those films where there are problems in marriage. Looking at the title, Devil is a Liar, maybe there's a devil coming to destroy her marriage or something like, the traditional way of writing. So this was a good plot. Little did I know that there was a lot in store, you understand? Like I said, I want to recommend this film. Go and watch it and you get to understand everything. I'm trying to skip a whole lot, not to give you too many spoilers, even though I'm giving you some spoilers, but there's a lot in there. There's a whole lot in this film. The story is good. It's not unique, but the way they wrote the film and how it came out is very, very creative.
Jai, please. Let's talk.
If we are talking about the characters, Inse Ikpe was a perfect fit for this film. For this role. Her looks and her acting skills, it was just the perfect person for this role. James Gardner, on the other hand, was a perfect match. His looks, charming, loving, young. So merging them for this particular story was a very good casting. When it comes to her stepmother, which was played by Tinamba, that was also good. I like it.
Oh, my dear, we're still praying and hoping that one day, God will provide her own.
Amen. Amen.
But then her sisters and all those other women, Mercy Aigbe, Nancy Seme, and all those people, these are roles that could have been given to any other person to kill it. I didn't see any significant acting in there. Those people were good. They did their best. But it wasn't anything over the bar. Most people can do that. So I think that one is not all that special. When it comes to the cinematography, it wasn't anything over the top. And yet, more like, it's not something that you will see and you'll be like, okay, wow, these shots are cinematic. Because I don't think the story required it. Most of the shots were clean, standard, clean shots, which makes the film, at least it qualifies it, it's normal. But nothing over the top like some serious, crazy shots. No, I didn't see that in there.
A man can get used to the voice.
Lyrics.
Okay. Candidly, true color.
Okay. I got your package.
When it comes to the color, the sound, I think everything was normal. Normal for the standard of movie they've produced, normal for a Netflix standard movie. So it was okay. Not anything that blow my mind type of thing, no. But I'm watching a normal film, which is good. Very, very good. If I say good, I mean a Netflix standard good. Just that it wasn't over the top for me. One scene that I didn't really like the way it came out was when James Gardner was chasing the lady. I think they were at some form of resort, and then the lady was on a, what was the name? ATV, and also James was running and they were doing some, I didn't really like the way they did that. I think it could have been done better. One particular shot that was crazy that I love was the wedding ring shot. How they were putting on the ring, and it was so creative. If you see that shot, you know that, okay, there's a whole lot of planning in this particular shot. That was good. And now, let's talk about the comparison between Devil is a Liar and A Fall from Grace. If you have seen A Fall from Grace before and you haven't seen Devil is a Liar, check it out and you know that these comparisons are accurate. In both movies, the story revolves around older women and their young lovers or young husbands.
Hey.
He's a beautiful.
So you.
In both movies, there is the plot that the husbands were killed by the wives. In A Fall from Grace, Grace was being tried for the murder of Shannon, her new husband. And in Devil is a Liar, Adora went to prison for the murder of her husband, James Gardner, Jai, who wasn't dead. And in A Fall from Grace, the guy wasn't dead. And also, all these women were very successful and rich. The similarities between these two films are very, very close. I don't think the story is copied, but I mean, there's a greater chance that there's some form of inspiration from A Fall from Grace or even an older story.
You're still very young. But you're not ready to settle down. Just want to scatter your wildos everywhere.
I can honestly tell you that Devil is a Liar is one of the interesting movies I've watched this August. Check it out and let me know what you think. If you have access to Netflix, the film is on Netflix. If you have access to Netflix, check it out and let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching today's video. My name is Steve. Kindly like the video and also share. Subscribe to this channel for more film reviews and film updates. I'll see you in my next video.